Good morning. 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. In about 5 seconds, we're just going to get the camera adjusted. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so I'm going to get into the camera here, and we can get started on the second of 2 live streams today. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. We're moving on with the second portion of items today. The previous live stream, you see in the top left-hand photo right there, we covered some papers right here. I can show you. We call these cursed tapestries. They're not very useful items. That's why I call them cursed, because they're holding me back. We also covered some roses and some other junk that basically, including a dish of food even, and that's what was in the previous stream. And so you can find that right here on Periscope, Facebook, wherever you're from, YouTube. It's all in my playlists. So you can find it there. But with that being said, this is the second live stream, and we're just going to get started on that. So as part of the item catalog sub-series of the Ahn Rho Project, we are of course trying to get rid of this second backpack. And if you take a look at previous streams, I was getting rid of a black backpack from about 2008 straight through 2014. For those 6 years, about almost more than a decade ago, I was at university, so I put a lot of stuff in there and I cleared it out. Well, here's a second bag that I said I was going to get to. And we already went through some of the stuff yesterday, just as a small sort of sneak peek. But now today we're going to do an overview and cover the things that we couldn't complete yesterday. So it's mostly disposables. And what I mean by disposable items, I mean like some plastic items like plastic spoons and forks and chopsticks, and they've been here for like at least 8 years, back in 2011, 2013 when I was at university. So we're going to try and get rid of it all and return whatever is not mine to where it belongs. So this backpack, so let's just divvy it up. All right, we have maybe about 6 sections, 6 major sections. One here opening, including all these sort of all these Velcro straps here. They have some stuff on the inside. We're going to get to that. So 1 and 2 probably. 3 is this pocket in the middle. This one has a whole bunch of papers. And then on the last portion, the last large pocket here, basically is where you expect most of the stuff to be. And yes, it does have some stuff, but I mostly bagged inside this plastic bag. And that's because it's mostly paper. And I know that's going to take a lot of time to get through, since paper has a lot of information. So with respect to a live stream, it'd be a very long live stream for me to talk through all the content that's covered on a piece of paper that I want to document. So I put it in a bag and I sealed it away and said that's for something maybe a year down the road when we get to document. So put that to the side there and say that you also see a pencil case as well as a pair of pants. So we're going to talk about that in a second. And finally, we have 1, 2 on the side here. So like I said, this is an overview. This is one portion of the stream. If you see the title, what you see, what you get. The overview does say, of course, it's an overview. It's an overview of the bag. 1, 2 on the side. 2 side pockets, very small. So what can we cover in today's stream that's very easy? Obviously, I thought of disposables. So the first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to open the pocket here. There's nothing on this side. That's good. On this side, of course, these are supposed to be for water bottles, but instead, on this side there is something, but it's not paper towels. So we have these paper towels, and it's kind of gross. What I used to do though is I did use to university days. I would keep these pieces of paper towels here from the washroom whenever I was at on campus, and then just in case I had to blow my nose. So that's what was. These are not used, obviously, otherwise they would not be here at this point. But even still, I'm going to throw it away, because if I ever put a used paper towel in here, obviously it's disgusting. So I'm going to throw these into the bin and just for composting. There's no reason why I should keep something like this for more than 7, 8, 9 years. So that's the first thing. We have maybe 2, 3 sheets of paper towels here, folded up really nice and compact. Put that down. Inside the first pocket, you know what? Let's go for a big pocket. The big pocket has some disposable items I see. So right here on the large pocket, and it is ripped, it's torn, but if I go on the top, there's a little section here that seems to be for people's like chargers and stuff like that, but I didn't put a charger in there. Instead, what I put were some paper towels, some things I would actually use for me personally. So I'm going to put the Velcro back on here. So obviously, like it says on this backpack, it's supposed to be for earphones, but it's so small. Instead, what I put instead here are some paper towels, some napkins, and some reusable forks and spoons. Oh, so 2 reusable forks. I'm pretty sure they're dirty. I'm going to throw them away. They can't be used. But the paper napkins, I can use these. These are clean. So I'm going to put these down to the side here. The chopsticks here, looks like it could be something from probably from we had a teriyaki on campus. So basically I was at the University of Waterloo, and one of the on-campus restaurants was teriyaki, and it's my favorite, okay? And they had some wooden chopsticks I would pick up one or two once in a while and put in my bag. So we have some utensils here. None of these can be used, even the chopsticks. It's been opened already, so it's probably contaminated. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have these McDonald's cards. So we have these McDonald's coffee cards here. So it shows to me that I did make some purchases of coffee and tea back in the day, and I kept 1 or 2 of these for the promotional events. Now one of these actually has 2 knocked out, so maybe I'll use that, but the rest I won't really need. You know what? Regardless, it says 2013 McDonald's. So because it says 2013, I'm pretty sure it's not valid anymore. I'm just gonna throw it away. Maybe I can check up with a McDonald's around here and see what's going on. So maybe I'll keep this, but I definitely don't need a second one. So this one's gonna go to the garbage bin. And it says Corporate 2016. So it really tells you how long ago this was, because again, like you see here, it says McDonald's 2013. That's when the stamp was put on there. So that's when I actually bought it more than 7 years ago. So yeah, it's really a trip down memory lane. So this is all garbage. All this stuff here is garbage. The rest here is reusable here, so I'll keep that together. But so this is kept. But the rest here is all garbage. So I'm just gonna put them all together so that I don't end up losing anything. I just want to keep them all together so that I have a good idea of what I'm keeping, what I'm throwing away. So far, maybe about 10 items from this bag. What else do we want to get rid of today? Well, something we can get rid of today is at the front here. Again, on disposable items, I saw that there was some paper towels here. So these paper towels here date back to a long time ago. It's when this is from my maternal side of my caregivers. Before I went to university, she gave me a stash of these paper napkins here, and just to blow my nose in if I ever needed to. I never actually used it. They look disgusting now. I don't know if she'll ever find a use for this. In case that there is a reason for them to use them, I will place this back upstairs into their room on their table. If they decide to use it, they can use it, but if they don't, they can just throw it away. It looks to me like it's quite dirty anyways, so maybe I'll take this out and throw it away. This is garbage. The first one looks pretty disgusting. The same thing with the other one in the back here. It looks pretty disgusting, so I'm going to throw that away. And but the rest seem to be decent enough, so I'm going to leave them here, and they can decide if they actually if they ever actually want to use it or not. So I'm going to put them in here, and I'll put them on a table. So this is all garbage, just a bunch of shit that I really don't need. And yeah, I'm going to try to wrap it all up here real nice. Okay, and just throw that into the bin when I'm leaving. So pretty straightforward. Okay, so what else do we have inside this bag here? We have some electronics, but I don't think I want to cover that at the same time that I have disposable items. So the best part about this is that this bag is mostly cleaned out, because I actually visited it about 6 months in the past, not on stream but off stream. And so the first pocket is now pretty much empty, with the exception of this calculator. I'll talk about this calculator probably tomorrow morning or the day after. And then in the middle pocket, we have a whole bunch of stuff here. So that is paper stuff. So these are disposables as well, but I don't know, actually they're actually still useful. So it's a whole bunch of papers. We'll talk about these maybe tomorrow morning or the day after. There's a lot here to cover, but I don't think we'll be covering them very formally, because the fact is these items here are, again, paper documents. So there's so much to talk about that I would be better off just saving it for a day where I have more time. There is, again, one of the sub-series of the Ahn Rho project focuses on time management. This is definitely not urgent. I don't have to cover this right now. There are a lot more important things to cover on stream. So I'm going to probably stash this after I cover a little bit briefly and do a summary of it tomorrow morning. But the rest here, okay, there's also an umbrella. So I'm going to take all three of these items. So I'm going to take this calculator, the umbrella, and the stash of items that I said are not that important. And I'm going to put them into the first pocket and say that's here as a placeholder for tomorrow. That's something that we might cover tomorrow morning if we have time, or the day after. And finally, there's also a pencil case in the last pocket. So I'll put that down here at the front. Just seal it up nice really quickly. And then I'm going to zip it up. So that now we have an idea what we're going to cover in the next 3 to 4 days when it comes to this bag. And finally, the only item left, like I said, is this bag of stuff here. And then at the very bottom is this pair of sweatpants. I can sort of show on camera, it's kind of disgusting. But basically, I use it as a way to keep the backpack from getting torn from the textbooks. You put a textbook in a backpack, after a couple months you start to notice that the textbooks, because they're made of paper and cardboard, start cutting into the bottom of the backpack until eventually, about halfway into the year, you have some holes through your backpack and it's no longer usable. So I used to protect like that. Anyways, I pretty much sorted out and organized this thing. In terms of supplies, like I said, disposable items and supplies on the live stream title, we covered everything. We have some garbage here. Like I said, there's that McDonald's card from 2013. We have some utensils here and stuff like that and shit like that. So paper towels. And so all that kind of stuff right here is just garbage. We can't use them anymore. That being said, that pretty much wraps it up. Again, this is something, the paper towel here is I'm going to give to my caregivers. That being said, this is pretty much the wrap up for today. We're going to continue this tomorrow morning and try to clear up that. So I have to get the laundry now. I'm going to deliver my take-home message, which to all of you, this is important stuff, I would say, if you need a refresher, but this is for me to practice. So I'm going to say it. Take care of your health, your finance, and your family. Take care of yourself, because that's the best way you can contribute something of value to the world, to the people around you, and especially for yourself. I'm not trying to be preachy. I do this because I have to practice doing this myself. So it actually helps when I vocalize and say this, and then I start to do it and embody that through my behavior. So become a strong, responsible individual. If you are not already, that's something I have a lot of work to improve on myself. With that being said, that means, of course, solving the problems and challenges in your life, whether they are health-related, money-related matters. If you have certain goals or ambitions you're setting yourself towards, such as, you want to be the next civil engineer, the next pediatrician, I tell you to go for that. I'm happy when you're happy. I want what's best for you. Just like I don't compromise what I do here on stream for anybody else. I do it because it's good for me. You need to hold on to this steadfast conviction and keep doing what you need to do, because only by being less of a burden on the people around you do you actually do them a favor. So take care of yourself. That is the best thing you can do for the people who care about you. With that being said, of course, work towards those career goals you have. If you're later in your years, and you have something special planned for your spouse, for your husband or wife, or if you have kids or grandkids, I don't know who's watching right now, right? Do whatever it is that you believe is important, that is significant to you, that you need to get done. So that being said, or want to get done, you don't have to need something, right? That's actually a way of getting some independence out of your life. With that being said, this is the Ahn Rho Project. That's the take-home message. As usual, I would say one more thing on top of that is that, of course, even though I stream every single day, 7 days a week, around 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning before I go to work and volunteer, this is basically the time that I would say that, most people are not here, and I say that I only recommend, because I want you to focus your time, attention, and energy and resources on your own matters, that I recommend people only drop to my streams once or twice a week. And I know that's like shooting myself in the foot here, but I don't care about the views or whatever. All that kind of stuff is important, but it's not the most important thing. Most important thing is you focus on what you need to get done. So once or twice a week, just to see how much growth or change happens on my channel, that's all you need to do. Just drop on by when you're not working on the weekend, and that's about it. So with that being said, I wish the best for you. I hope that, the very end, I always say this, I hope to see a better version of all of you and a better version of myself tomorrow morning, and hopefully we'll be covering this stuff tomorrow morning. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Thank you for tuning in, and ciao.